The government tells us that we are keeping the interest rates low for the next 2 years. Woohoo!
Great news.
That's good. But is what's your interest rate the most important question to ask your loan officer?
My name is Ron Morris. This is Moving Forward TV, your local real estate and mortgage update.
And I am Delynn Gaston. Thanks for joining us today. On today's show, we are going to talk about interest rates. The number one question that we get all the time.
They never ask what the rate is.
What's your interest rate? And that is not the most important question to ask. Okay, so we have somebody who wants to buy a house and they need a mortgage. They call the bank and they say, what's your rate? Number one question we get all of the time. It's not so easy. In the old days, it was nice that we could just quote the person a rate and that was that. It's not the case in today's environment.
And it's far from the case. And if
Right.
if you're asking that question to whoever, and they're just saying, my rate is this.
Yeah, really. They just
Without
give you a rate?
asking you questions, that's
Red
a flag.
flag.
That is a red flag that
they need to find a different mortgage person real quick.
Exactly.
Because there's these little things that we have to ask everyone. I can't just give you an interest rate because there's these things called add-ons, adjustments that all of the lenders make to the interest rate based upon certain things.
a lot of things. Credit score is probably first and foremost one of the biggest add-ons that there are out there.
Right.
Others
Obviously,
are.
the lower the credit score, you're going to pay a little bit higher
the
interest
interest
rate.
rate.
Another thing would be loan amount. You know what? It takes the same amount of work and everything else that goes into it, whether you're doing a
$50,000 or a $500,000.
$50,000 loan or a $500,000 loan. Exactly, Ron.
But that lender is going to price that loan, or that interest rate accordingly on those smaller loan amounts.
Because banks have to make money, so.
Another example would be, what kind of property are you buying? Is it a condo? Is it a single family? Is it an investment? Who's going to occupy the property?
A multifamily as well?
Absolutely.
If it's a 2-unit or a 4-unit or something, there's an adjustment for that. Owner occupancy, is it an investment or is it an owner-occupied property?
And actually, the type of loan, is an FHA loan priced the same as a Fannie Mae loan?
Right.
It's not.
And down payment. Are you putting, 5%
How much
down?
right.
20% down? 25% down? All of these factors go into it. We have a whole list of them. This is from one of our lenders of things that we have to do first. That's why there's pricing engines sometimes online. Be as honest as you can with those pricing engines. Or more importantly, call someone who knows what they're doing, who isn't just going to throw an interest rate at you. The newspapers.
Yeah, and I want to kind of get into that for a minute. I follow the St. Pete Times. On Saturdays, they have a very large real estate section. A lot of that's very interesting and timely information. When I look down at the interest rates, I get a little upset because it can be extremely misleading to the consumer out there. If I'm quoting something a quarter higher or even more and they're lower, there's a problem. Are they asking you these questions? Probably not.
We really didn't mean this to be a ranting show, but as
Turned out that way.
It's kind of turning out that we're like on a soapbox. Can you tell this is a little passionate to us? We want to make sure that you guys are getting the right picture all the time. Like Ron said, if somebody is just quoting you something, it's wrong, and don't do that. Do yourself a favor. Make sure you call somebody local. Make sure that they're asking you the right questions and everything to give you the proper. There is just too much of that lendingtree.com and bankrate.com and all of those things, and it's not the most important question to ask is what's the interest rate. For the most part, all of the lenders, and Ron and I deal with a lot of lenders out there, they are all within about 1/8%
Should be no more than that, right?
of each other after all of the adjustments and everything else. So if somebody's quoting you a lot lower than that, that's wrong, and just don't even go there. And you know what, 1/8%, that's like what, $7 or something. It's not an enormous amount of money. So it's like what, $80 a year, or
Exactly.
over 5 years, it's less than $500. It's not that big of a deal. It's more important to feel comfortable with your loan officer, someone who is going to be honest with you and who's going to help you get through the process, because it is a difficult process these days.
And I can't hit home enough that you want to deal with somebody local. And again, getting back to the internet real quick, you never know who you're dealing with or where they're located. Every state is unique. Every state is different. So if you're not dealing with somebody in Florida, they're not going to know the specifics on how our mortgages work. Every state is different. So again, work with somebody local, hopefully somebody that has been referred to you, so there's a history or relationship there, and somebody that you can trust.
If something sounds too good to be true,
it normally is.
That's our show this week. We're really sorry that this turned into kind of like such a ranting show. We really
It's
didn't
not
mean
our
it.
intentions at
It
all.
wasn't our intention, but it is, like I said, something that we're very passionate about, making sure people are getting, comparing apples to apples,
Right.
getting the
And
right
the correct
information out.
Absolutely.
If you do want more information, Ron and I, call us, email us, Facebook, Twitter. You can even text us.
Just call me. Call me. Don't do that Facebook stuff.
Yeah, he's not real good with that stuff. But even text us. I think our cell phone
That I
numbers
can
are there
handle.
as well. We're texters too. We're happy to answer any of your questions. We appreciate you watching. We are Today and Every Day.
Moving forward, we'll see everybody next week.
Thanks. Bye-bye.